Back up. Going that way, guys.
Guys, when Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis engaged in a furious showdown punching match, mayhem broke out outside a Miami club. Were traded insults, careers were jeopardized. And it all began when Devin went too far in disparaging Crawford and his family. As if that weren't enough, he even made fun of Crawford for pursuing a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Let's examine how this rivalry developed over the course of several months. Imagine a crazy Miami night packed with, featuring athletes and celebrities at the. Among the VIPs at the town's hottest club were Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford, both out to relax following their recent altercations. They first remained apart segments, but as the evening wore on, they pathways that unavoidably intersected in accordance with. Witnesses saw a dramatic change in circumstances when Davis made a direct approach to Crawford, seeking trouble, which sparked his. The light-hearted banter swiftly intensified when Davis started using derogatory language, not only at Crawford but also at his household. 2. The level of contempt was unbelievable. Davis publicly made fun of Crawford's loved ones in public view. Crawford, who is known for maintaining his composure, initially attempted to ignore it. But as Davis began poking jabs at, the tension reached a breaking point when Crawford and Canelo Alvarez were pursuing a fight. Davis mocked him, stating, "Canelo doesn't even care about you, man. You're just chasing a payday."
Likelihood of a fight with you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We don't talking about yet about the fight. Me and two gonna know each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
And when do you want to get out next? I know you're here in London tonight. When are you going to be in a camp? When are you going to be in a camp? I know you're
in
here.
Camp, training camp in March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February or March, yeah.
The club had already descended into chaos, with people screaming, cameras flashing, and the entire place in complete chaos. It was a moment that no one will soon forget, and not for the right reason. The breaking point for Crawford came when he suddenly snapped, lunging at Davis and punching him, taking everyone by surprise. Security arrived quickly to break it up. If you have been keeping up with the boxing planet, you are aware that this clash did not occur. Suddenly, the conflict between Davis and Crawford have been constructing for months, driven by numerous societal, heated interviews and media smears. Crawford first made fun of Davis for not receiving an invitation to the Turkey Alex Special Ring Awards party. Never content to remain silent, Davis responded angrily to a jab in London, accusing Crawford of pursuing money checks rather than genuine greatness, particularly with his contentious choice to confront Canelo Alvarez.
Are you retiring?
What changed? What made this
Trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Madam. Gervonta, something should have happened during the time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like, the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know, because like I said, you got to cross today.
The insults kept flying, each one sharper than the last. This feud had already been making headlines, but no one expected it to escalate into a full-blown fight. Until now.
Bud Crawford, just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlooking any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
Let's now discuss the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez controversy in its entirety. There have been conflicting responses to Davis's use of the same technique to make fun of Crawford's choice to challenge Canelo for his unified super middleweight titles by moving up to 168 cheap bets.
Tonight, Terence Crawford was with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the other event across town, put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comments.
Critics contend that Crawford is merely pursuing a payday with little chance of truly defeating Canelo, while others view it as a daring decision that would allow him to solidify his reputation by facing one of the greatest names in the sport.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magdalene.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as a stepping stone. It's about now.
Davis didn't hold back on this one. He openly made fun of Crawford for believing that Canelo even gave a damn about him or that he had more other things to do than fight him. According to reports, Davis claimed he is out here pleading for a fight as if it were your retirement plan and is unaware that you even exist.
Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield. Talk about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to test it, man?
You gonna see? You gonna see?
Could he get it in the future?
Too early.
I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
See, okay. What about everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight or
What, 168?
Yeah.
I ain't going up there.
right?
So you got Canelo winning then, right? And then they have be fighting at 168.
In actuality, a lot of people have called the Crawford versus Canelo fight a circus act staged more for entertainment purposes than for any sports merit.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out.
Instead of receiving a clean ticket to Canelo Davis, boxing experts and analysts think that Crawford should earn his shot by facing elite opponents at 168 first. Davis's taunt hit a nerve, which is what finally sent Crawford over the edge.
For you, though, is that career defining? Is this a legacy fight for you? Well, when I got shot, for me to change my life the way that I did and stop hanging out with the guys that I hung out with, my career started going up. And yes, this is a legacy fight for me. This is a mega fight. This is a superstar fight. This is all those in one. With me and Errol Spence Jr. A lot of people, they writing me off because they say, oh, well, he's too small, or he haven't fought nobody like Errol Spence, or his resume is this, or his resume that. There's a lot of things that a lot of people can say, but on July 29th, all the answers to everybody's questions will be answered.
Social media was ablaze with hashtags like Shark Club Chaos, Crawford versus Davis, and boxing drama as soon as the news of the Crawford-Davis brawl broke. Many fans agreed with Crawford, claiming that Gervonta went too far by involving his family. Others believe that this is just classic Tank stirring the pot to keep himself in the headlines as he approaches retirement. And let's be honest, Dant isn't just throwing hands for fun. He's building hype, and it's working.
Are you retiring?
What changed?
What made this shit trash? Garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like, the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment. And now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. But like I said, you got to talk today.